Like, there's the saying that what you water is ultimately what grows. That where you place your attention ends up guiding your feelings, your perception, your actions, and your life. Like, focus becomes identity. And change comes from bringing awareness to what we're focusing on. I remember when this light bulb went off for me. Like, so many epiphanies what happened during a difficult, kind of a trying time. It wasn't where I wanted to be. And I remember, sitting down and asking myself, dude, are you on your own team here? Are you helping yourself? Using the metaphor, the question was, am I watering the weeds in my life or the flowers? And by the weeds, I mean, am I allocating energy to thoughts that are detrimental to what I want? Am I keeping myself in places I don't want to be and in relationships that are counterproductive? Am I thinking about what can go wrong instead of all that can go right? Or am I watering the flowers, the positive, highlighting the possibility, the things I'm appreciative for, the seeds, the potential that can grow a mile high? See, I've always known the value in choosing to see the possibility. But the $1 million question is, how do you remain aware? Because that's the thing about weeds, they're sneaky. They'll take control of your life without letting you know they're doing it. So I'm thinking this through and it dawns on me, this is not complex. This is simple. It's one, identifying where you want to be, and two, analyzing your actions based on those priorities, right? That's it. And so for every pillar of my life, health, relationships, career, finances, I made 2 dots. One for where I am and one for where I want to be. Everything in the middle is life. The ups, the downs, the joys, the sorrow. Everything in between is the path, the line. And it's simple. You start on point A, knowing that you can always get to point B.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Excited to be on here, fired up, ready to go ahead and keep this week moving with nothing but abundance, blessings, and growth. Today is Wednesday, middle of the week, and I've got a phenomenal topic for everybody today. We are going to be talking about making a change, right? Getting a little bit of a shift from going about thinking about, not only just the doing, but here's the reality, right? We have the being that is also more important than anybody could ever even realize, because we hear it from a lot of the GOATs that we study, right? Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor, be, do, have, right? So today we're going to dive really deep in that formula to go ahead and create the change that we're all looking for. So before we go ahead and dive in, what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit, grateful for each and every single one of you inside the dream team, grateful for all the leaders, grateful for all the trials, all the tribulations, grateful for all the abundance that is flowing to and through each and every single one of us. So let's go ahead and get into today's topic on how to go ahead and make the change, right? On how to be, do, and have anything that we want. You see, I've realized over the years, so many of us, it's easy to go ahead and to put up the screenshot that we did the journal, that we got on the calls, that we're actually showing up. But what I started realizing is if that feeling is not actually there, if we're not actually having that internal energy, forget about everything else. You see, everything starts with energy, right? If you've ever wondered how money really ends up being attracted to most people, well, here's the deal. Money chases energy. So I want you to go ahead and think about today. What kind of energy did we wake up today? For this week so far, what kind of energy did we wake up in the morning, right? Because where focus goes, energy flows. So I've realized a lot of us, even in the morning, it's so easy to go back to our old thinking, our old habits, right? I've been there going to check my phone, stopping and doing the morning rituals. All of this plays a major role when it comes to actually the serious growth that we're all looking to really have. So go ahead and drop down, what day is everybody on as far as your challenge, right? Your gratitude, your journaling challenge. We are knocking out day 103 today. And I'm telling you, this is what it's all about, right? Being able to build a foundation, being able to start small so you can then habit stack and actually build on top of that. Okay, look at that. Lady Boss Nikki, day 93. Let's go. I love it. I love it. So I want you guys to go ahead and think about a couple different things as I go into today about making a change, okay? We can actually use outer problems, right, that energy to go ahead and create a new future. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but think about, let's just break down stress, okay? Let's just break down stress, because stress is created by a couple of different things, right? Lack of control, inability to predict the next moment. You see, when we're in stress, there's a couple different hormones that are triggered. And I don't know if you know this or not, but literally things get pretty dangerous when we're stressful over a long period of time. And most of the time, this happens from trying to control all aspects of our life, right? And here's the truth. There's no way to control all aspects. We can only control what is that we control. Everything else is outside of our fingertips, okay? So as we go ahead and get into today, let's think about a couple different things. When we change our personality, right? Joe Dispenza talks about it all the time. When we change our personality, we're then able to go ahead and then change our personal reality. Okay, so how do we do this? By starting to really practice on being present. It takes effort. It takes a greater level of energy and awareness than it does to actually stay in suffering. Okay, to be able to wake up and go into our same routines that our old self is used to doing, that's easy to do. But the truth is, it's going to take real deep work. It's going to take real understanding, real inner work, real understanding to really go ahead and be able to make these changes happen that we're looking for. Because I want you to understand something. The body is unconscious. It doesn't know the difference. Okay? What does that mean? If we can start to think greater than we feel, this is where the magic happens. Because the body is going to feel like it's always in a past experience if we keep letting our feelings dictate how it is that we're going to move. Because most of the time, our body is looking to either survive or just go ahead and get by. That's how the brain is designed, okay? So when it comes to stress, understand if we keep living by the same emotions, we're signaling the same genes. That's why we talk about in the morning, the worst thing that anybody can do is to be able to wake up and check our phone. Check the messages, check the negativity, see what's going on, because guess what's happening? We're literally signaling, we're literally triggering the same stress indicators as the day before. Joe Dispenza talks about it in Break the Habit of Being Yourself. He said, you know what's crazy about most people's days? He said, you could literally probably lay yesterday on top of today, and it's probably going to be just about the same thing. If you don't believe me, let's go ahead and just go through our day compared to yesterday so far. Did we brush our teeth with the same hand that we did yesterday? Did we wash our body in the same mannerisms that we did yesterday, right? Did we take the same routine to work? Did we talk to the same people? Did we think the same similar thoughts? You see, what happens is we're triggering the same genes. We're triggering the same negativity that our body is normally used to feeling. This is why so many tell me all the time, well, D, I have headaches. I'm hurting all the time, because this is part of neural encoding. We're so used to sending these same synaptic connections that when we rewire it, now we're able to go ahead and really experience what it's like to know what to do with the silence. To know what to be able to do with peace of mind. That's why they say one of the biggest jewels in life is going to be having a peace of mind. So many people have all the money in the world, but they don't have peace of mind. So to me, that's irrelevant. You know, in the congratulations letter in January 1st, you know, for 2022 at the end of the year, that was one of the first things that I wrote down. I'm so happy and grateful that I've been able to build this stronger connection with God and that I have peace of mind. Nothing to me is more important than that. So when you can realize the same goes for all of us, this is when we can operate out of an imaginary and creative mindset, right? When we don't have all the stress, when we don't have all the same triggers that we're normally used to dealing with, right? That's why many start the day on a bad foot. They start literally off on a failure because they're going back into their same thoughts that they're normally used to feeling. So how did I start changing this? By getting in the shower, right? One of the first things I listened to was an audio, listening to personal development, right? Even as I'm getting up, laying in bed, I have that 10-minute sun meditation to listen to as I'm literally unconsciously getting up. And then as I get into the shower, I have another audio playing. As I'm getting out of the shower, I had reading a goal card and then brushing my teeth with the opposite hand. Okay, all of these little things, turning my car into a mobile classroom, right? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we actually have 2 libraries that anybody can tap into and use. You see, we have a visual library because our brain thinks in pictures. So visual, being able to look at the right videos, being able to get on these Zoom calls and listen to our mentors and tap into YouTube, right, to learn, and get on Go Lives to learn. This is the visual library. But you see, we also have what's called an audio library, right? So whether I was eating breakfast, whether I'm at the gym, whether I'm driving to my destination to go to a meeting, I had to learn literally how to go ahead and make a change to what I was normally used to doing. So I went from literally listening to music most of my day to now most of my day is compiled with audios at the gym, going to sleep, right? All day long, I'm plugging in information to become a sponge, and we all have the same access to do the same. But it comes with making the rewire, comes with making the little changes that end up leading to the bigger picture, right? How many of us have ever felt like we keep on starting and stopping? Press the gas, hit the brake, press the gas, hit the brake, press the gas, hit the brake. I've been there so many times, and I kept asking the question, what am I missing, right? Why does it feel like somebody keeps having their foot on the brake as I'm flooring the gas? So if you've been there, you're not alone. Let me tell you that first. But here's what I want you to understand, okay? The only reason a lot of the times why that's happening, most of the time we're focused on the doing, right? The strategy and the story, but the state isn't there. That's why we talk about the 3 S's a lot, right? State, strategy, story. If those two are even in line, but the state is not there, forget about it. We can get on these Zoom calls 90 days in a row, but if we don't have the intention to be able to listen, to take an action and pull something away to get to tactically apply into our day, forget about it. The information is useless. If we're taking every day, 90 days straight, to write in a journal, to write down our gratitude, but the energy's not there, the feeling is not there when you really visualize what it is that we want, when we meditate and actually paint that 4K picture, if we can't really embody that feeling, everything else is irrelevant. So here's what I've noticed. When we're inside of the jar, it's hard to see the label. This is why it takes being conscious of our unconscious self. That's a big one. It's hard to see inside of the jar. It's hard to see inside the jar. It's hard to see the label for sitting inside of the jar. Okay? So it's hard to see ourselves if we're always looking from the inside, looking out. But if you have somebody like a mentor that can actually take the time to see what's going on, it makes a huge difference. Because now you have accountability. Now you guys can actually hold each other accountable and actually track what it is that we're doing. Okay? So if I leave anything with you guys today, I want you to go ahead and think about a couple different things. Number one, it's going to take being able to enter into the quantum field. Okay, this one I'm going to get a little bit deep with you guys. Being able to enter the quantum field, not materialistically, but energetically. Not materialistically, but energetically. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. We can write down all the things that we'd like to experience and travel and go and vision, but if it's all materialistic and the energy is not there, nothing is going to be able to manifest. Because we learned it from Sean this morning. This is huge. You cannot change matter with matter. It doesn't work like that. The only way to really shift matter is to start with our energy, and then we can shift the matter. What does that mean? When we shift our energy, even in the morning, let me ask you this. How do you greet people if you're feeling sad, depressed, and lazy versus how you greet somebody when you're excited, when you're having a great day? Is it two different people or not? Absolutely. Well, is it true or not that just depending on that one relationship, one way could go completely wrong, one way you could create a phenomenal relationship and you never know where that actually ends up taking you? This is a perfect example to show you that energy plays a role in the materialistic field, because your energy, your good energy, led to a great relationship. That great relationship led to a massive impact. That massive impact led to materialistic things flowing into your life. So the truth is, energy has to shift matter. Matter will never shift matter. So until we change how we feel, until we actually become who it is that we envision before it even happens, that's where the magic is. Why would we wait to be a millionaire to start walking and talking like we're already there? Because anybody can go ahead and make $1 million, but if they blow it tomorrow, are they still a millionaire? So we don't have to wait for that time period. We can get that energy right here, right now, and already move as if. We're not worried about what other people think. We're not obsessed about the opinions of others, because we understand where it is that we're going, and we know what we have inside. We know what's carried in here internally. and what it is that we bring to the table ourselves. So every time that we go into a meditation, I want you guys to think about this. There's nobody that's just this great God and they don't have any problems. They have nothing going on. Every time that whether it's you, myself, or any of these phenomenal mentors that we're learning from, that we go into a meditation, we all have to let go, right? I have 29 years of beliefs that's carried, from my lifetime. Sean Murphy has 66 years. It takes being able to let all of that go, to be able to be still in the moment, present, and to be able to listen. And now you enter the quantum field to be able to obtain the necessary energy to really get your generator spinning, to start manifesting what it is in your life that you desire. This is how you access your infinite being. This is it. This is where it truly lies, right? So I had to really take this time this morning to really ask myself, I can be doing all the actions. We can be showing up all day long. But if the energy isn't there, if the being is not there, this is where we're truly going to see the shift. Because your being, right? Your being determines your vibe. And guess what your vibe does? Our vibe attracts our tribe. So if our being is negative, guess what our vibe is? Our vibe is not going to be so hot, and the tribe that we're looking to go ahead and attract is going to be nowhere to be found. Because it takes one candle to go ahead and light countless other candles. That's what it comes from. So we have to spark ours first. And then we can go ahead and give others that other spark to go ahead and catch themselves. So family, my question to you is, what do you want? Ask yourself this question today. What do you want? And when you start asking the questions on what it is that you want, what do you really desire, your brain is going to go find the questions to go ahead and find it. Many tell me, well, D, I'm bored. My brain is scatterbrained all day. I have no idea, what I really should be doing. I have all these negative thoughts that's going through my mind. Well, let me ask you this question. Let me help you get clear for a second. What do you want and what do you really desire? Questions will take you anywhere that you want to go. You see, if you desire the right body, if you desire to go ahead and change your living situation a year from now, if you're tired of seeing your grandparents struggle, guess what? You might get you might get enough energy in yourself to go ahead and hit the gym today because you're tired of looking like that in the mirror and you know what you can really do. You might go take the action to make the calls today because you're tired of seeing your grandparents struggle, keep being sick, keep being depressed and anxious every day, keep living off dollar ramen food because they can't afford it. I don't know about you, but this is things that I'm going through right now. This is things that fires me up internally. So I had to really sit down and understand, okay, there's things going on externally in my life, but how can I use this energy to fire me up internally? Because there's two ways. You can use the outside to fire you up. That's great. But I want to tell you the truth. Nothing will light your fire like finding out your real Godfidence, like finding out what's really inside of here. That's where you really figure out who you're meant to become. Because you're unique. You are different. You matter. And I promise you, there's nobody else out there in this whole world of 7.7 billion people that is just like you. So what skill, what talent, what value do you have to provide in the world that somebody, one person, is looking for? And even if it's that one person that you go and impact, I promise you, you are leaving a lasting impact. So don't ever underestimate the value that you bring to the table, the power that you have inside, and the impact that you guys can lead. You don't need strength. You're strong as an ox. You're tough as nails, like Sean says it all day long. It takes being able to tap into our power to really be able to access these infinite sources. So family, that's my training for you guys today. If you got any value, go ahead and smash the like button. Drop some sevens down below. And here's what I know. You are stepping into your higher self. You are becoming the best version. The only thing that's left is for time to catch up. So family, go out and have an abundant day. If nobody told you that today, I love you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. Let's go out and make it happen. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, we can be, do, or have anything that we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, family. Go out and have an abundant day. Let's get to work. It's game time. Feeling good.
Don't you know? Butterflies all having fun. You know what I mean.
Get to it. You already know the deal.
Sleep in peace when day is done. That's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world and a full world.